Dear students, you are into evolutionary process model. Yesterday we have studied prototyping. There are three types of evolutionary process models. One is prototyping, second is the spiral model, and third is concurrent development model. Today we will consider the spiral model. Okay? You know, this spiral model was originally given by one scientist called as Boehm. Okay, he has given this model, so it is also called as Boehm's model. It is evolutionary process model that couples with the iterative nature of the prototyping and the classical aspects of waterfall model. So it has got best of two models, best of prototyping model as well as waterfall model. It provides the potential for rapid development of increasingly more completed version of the software. As time proceeds, okay, you get more complete version and the final version will be more improved. Using spiral model, software is developed in number of series. Okay, you have number of versions coming out in case of spiral model. During initial iteration, a paper model or prototype is developed. So initially we have just a paper work or prototype that is developed. During later iterations, more complete version of is engineered as the software. So there are more facilities in the next version. This is the diagram showing the spiral model. Okay. So what do you find here? You find there is a cyclic path and there are segments. How many segments are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and number of concentric circles. So now this phase or this segment is called as communication segment. This segment is called as planning segment. This represents modeling. This segment represents construction. And this segment represents deployment. So all the 5 framework activities are taken care. Okay. So here we have to begin with the inner part of it. You start from here. Okay. And as you find, the segment area is less. That means less time is given for various framework activities in the initial pass. As the pass continues, more and more facilities are developed because we are able to understand the requirements better and we are giving more time for each phase. Okay, each phase. This is the beauty of spiral model. That is, we revisit every phase after every pass. A spiral model is divided into set of framework activities. Each framework activity represents segment of spiral model. We have seen in the diagram. Okay, that each segment represents one framework activity. For example, this segment represents communication activity, this represents planning, this segment represents modeling, this represents construction, and this represents deployment. Beginning at the center in clockwise direction, activities are performed along the spiral path. In the first circuit or the first part, okay, around the spiral might result in development of specification. We try to understand what are the basic requirements and specification in the first round. In the next pass around the spiral may result in development of the prototype. Once we have paper model, you can go in for prototype. Further passes around the spiral results in more sophisticated version of the software. That is, they got more facilities. As you know, the spiral model is realistic in nature because as time passes, every system improves. So, the spiral model is realistic approach to the large scale system and software because software evolves as process progresses. Okay. Next, this model adopts stepwise approach suggested by classic life cycle. That is, in case of waterfall model, we try to understand that after communication phase, we have got planning phase, then we have got modeling phase, and then we have got construction phase, and then we have got deployment. Also, it adopts the iterative approach as in the real world. So it also takes concept of prototyping also. The risk aspect is monitored at all stages and hence problem may not occur. At every stage we calculate the risk in this spiral model. Now, as you know, there are drawbacks for every model. So here we have got two drawbacks of this spiral model. So what are those drawbacks? It is not suitable for fixed budget development because if the budget is fixed, this model is not suitable. What is the reason? Because in the spiral model, every time we revisit after the past, we revise the budget. So in the fixed budget, revision is not there. So in such cases, the spiral model is not useful. What is the second drawback? If the major risk is not uncovered and managed, problems will certainly occur. So if the problems are there, they should be solved at early phase. Otherwise, a big problem would arise. Okay. So this is second type of evolutionary model. Yesterday we have understood the prototyping model, and today we have considered the spiral model. Both these models are important as far as concept of software engineering is concerned and also from exam point of view. Okay. Please go through the notes. You will understand this. Thank you.